Greeting and salutation, Earthlings, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing amazing. I hope everyone's taking care of themselves, and I hope everybody's taking that step every day to work towards their dreams, and that goes to me as well. And as you can tell, I'm in a different background because I don't want to bore you guys with the same thing. I want you guys to actually see something too. And I live in Jersey, but right behind me, like, you can guess what state is behind me. If you don't know, it's New York City. If you guys never seen New York City, this is how it looks. I'll definitely show you a better view later when the video is done. But yes, right now I'm by Boulevard East, and I'm filming in a place. I don't think I can film in because it's illegal. I snuck in here. Yes, I did. I just climbed the gate, but no, you're not allowed here. But you know what? I wanted something different for my channel, so I'm gonna do it for my channel. You feel me? So yes, as you can tell by today's title, I'm gonna be talking about derealization and depersonalization. And the reason I want to talk about this is because this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and of course I want to participate in that and make videos about mental health. And also I'm gonna tell you guys the definition. I'm gonna tell you guys the symptoms, what causes it, and I'm gonna tell you guys the treatment. And also I'm gonna give my own personal knowledge on derealization, personalization, and mental illness. I'm gonna give my own philosophy and what I think it really is, and the treatment I think that works best for these conditions. And yeah, I'm gonna give my own theory, my own philosophy, and my own personal wisdom that I carry about mental health. And also I take my first mental health class this fall, so I'm really excited about that. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I want to see what society, what the universities have to say about mental illness. So yeah, like I said, it's a topic I really love, that really interests me, and I love picking at it. So yeah, I'm gonna start by telling you guys the definition of depersonalization. And like in every video, I'm gonna read off my notes. So yeah, don't mind me looking down, guys. Pay attention to me. But yes, depersonalization means that a person feels disconnected from themselves. Individuals who experience depersonalization feel removed from their feelings and their body. They sometimes feel physically and emotionally numb. People feel like they are not real. They don't feel like they're human. It is hard to tell if their memories are their own. And by that I mean, like, people who have depersonalization feel like they're living through their memories, and like they're not sure if their memories are theirs or somebody else's, or like, you know, they question like whose memories are these. Like, they don't feel like attached to their own memories. So people who have this also have out-of-body experiences because they don't feel grounded in their own bodies. And I'm gonna explain that a little further. A lot of people have, like, they feel like they can see themselves through a different perspective. Like, in my opinion, I feel like maybe their soul leaves their bodies and they're looking at themselves, and like they're just feel so detached from their own physical bodies. So yeah, so I'm gonna tell you guys now what derealization is. I'm so sorry for the background noise. Like I said, I'm in a busy, like, I don't want to say busy street, but it's like a busy road. A lot of cars passing by, a lot of helicopters because of, you know, New York City. So I'm apologizing that now, and I'm really sorry. But I'm gonna try to speak as loud as I can. So derealization occurs when a person feels detached from their environment, and they don't feel connected to what's happening around them. So that means like they feel disconnected from the universe, from the world, from the place that we live in, this planet that we call Earth. They feel disconnected from everything, their environment, their background. Like, just, they don't feel disconnected to the world. They don't feel connected to the world. I'm sorry. They feel as if they're watching themselves from the outside, as if their life is a movie. People and objects, and they may seem and feel unreal. This dissociation can also create distortion in vision and other senses. So by that I mean, like, the objects, the physical, the materialistic, like the things like that in front of them, they don't feel real. Like, the world they live in doesn't even feel real. So depersonalization and derealization is a mental health condition that can cause you to experience a persistence of recurring feelings of being outside your body, a sense that what's happening around you isn't real. So now I'm gonna talk about the symptoms. So I'm gonna tell you first the symptoms of depersonalization. So a few symptoms are inability to recognize or describe your emotions. So by that I mean, like, feeling very detached from your emotions, your feelings. Like, just be like being happy, sad, like whatever you're feeling, like you don't even feel attached to it. Like, you don't even feel like they're yours. So feeling robotic or unable to control your speech or movement. So by that I mean, like, the person feels like they're a robot, like their own body is controlling what they're speaking, what they're saying, their speech, and how their body moves. Like, they feel like it's being controlled by their body. Feeling physically numb to your sensations. Like I said, your touch, your smell, your sense, like your feelings, and even like seeing too. Feeling unconnected to your mind, body, feelings, sensations, and soul. Like I said, feeling disconnected from your body, from your thoughts, from your emotions, and your sensations. And I added soul because to me that's what it is. Like, you're not connected to, you don't even, like, you feel like you're not connected to who you really are, yourself. Self meaning soul. Inability to attach emotions to memories, to your own memories, as experiences that happen to you. So, like, as I was saying before, like, your emotions, your memories, like, you don't feel connected to your memories, like you don't think like they're yours, like, you question your memories, like, you don't even feel connected to anything that ever happened to you. So, hearing undefined sounds and murmurs. By sounds and murmurs, I mean, like, hearing something that is not there, or hearing a loud ringing noise. Also, by murmurs, I mean, like, not hearing voices, but like hearing, like, if someone is murmuring to you. So now I'm gonna tell you guys the symptoms of derealization. So, feeling unfamiliar with your surroundings, like you're living in a movie or in a dream. So, like, you feel like the life you're living, like the world you're in feels fake. Like, you feel like you're just dreaming, or like you're feeling like your life is a movie. Feeling emotionally and disconnected from people you care about, as if you're separated by a glass wall. Like, it's hard for you to love your family, like to show that emotion to your friends or family or people you care about, because you just feel like you're disconnected from them. Like, there's something in between you guys. Surroundings appear distorted, blurry, colorless, two-dimensional, or artificial, or heightened awareness and clarity of your surroundings. So by this they mean like anything around you just looks distorted, like colorless, like a color might not even be there. Like, there's probably no color in anything, or like the colors are off or they're wrong. And like everything, like your vision is like blurry, and like everything looks 2D, like two-dimensional. Like, it doesn't seem real, like it's artificial. Like, that means fake. Like, his surroundings feel fake. So, distortions in perception of time. Like, time does not exist to you. Like, you're like, damn, like time is not a thing for you. Like, it's like you're just there basically. Such as recent events, like feeling a distant past. Distortion of distance and the size of shapes and objects, like I was saying before, like the colorness, the blurriness, the distortion. Like, the objects around you might seem bigger than they really appear, or smaller than they really appear, or closer or further away than they appear. So that was derealization symptoms. So now I'm gonna tell you guys the causes of these things. So, anxiety and depression are both common in depersonalization and derealization. Being emotionally neglected and abused in early childhood. Going through dramatic changes in early childhood. Like, for example, like maybe having someone close to you die, like a father figure, a mother figure, even your own parents. Or also being raised by parents who have mental health conditions and don't even know it. You get me? So the causes I was saying, I feel like trauma has a lot to do with, like, childhood trauma too. Like, your inner child being broken has a lot to do with a lot of mental health conditions, even illnesses, and what's that other word called? Disorders. Because, like, when you're young, like, that's when you're learning about who you are. You're all touchy-feely when you're a baby. When you're growing up too, you put objects in your mouth, like, you depend on your parents for everything. So, like, neglecting has a lot to do with that too. Like, you have to be like, your parents didn't pay attention to your emotions, or they ignored you when you were crying, or you were feeling sad. Like, like, that's neglect. And trauma is like having like a lot of things happen to you when you're so young, and that affects you on in life. And, a lot of people, like, suffer from mental illness and don't know it. Like I was saying, like, certain parents who raised you, like, they might have mental illnesses and they never went to a doctor, they never got checked out, they never talked to someone. So a lot of that has to do with the causes of these conditions. Also, a big thing is substance abuse. By that, like alcohol, drugs, pills, even like smoking weed too. Like abusing these things can like mess with your mental illness, because you start to think and see a certain ways, because every drug affects you differently. So also high stress in life, like stressing about everything, stressing about your future, stressing about your past, just stressing about the right now too. Like not being grounded, that not living in the moment basically is what causes these things too. So I'm gonna tell you guys about the treatment. So psychotherapy, so talking to a therapist basically helps you be more self-aware. It helps you, it could give you careful measures for your next episode. So by that I mean like talking to someone. It doesn't have to be a therapist, of course. Like no one has the money to speak to a therapist like that either. Like, it's pretty expensive nowadays. So by that I mean like talking to someone that could help you figure out like what's wrong with you, and they could help you for your next episode. And by episode I mean like the times you feel like that, because some people feel it for weeks, for months, for hours, for days, or they feel it for years, and like or they felt it for their whole lives. And if it comes and goes, like they don't really consider you like having this. It's more like if you experience it a lot, then they will diagnose you with these things. Grounding techniques can encourage you to use your 5 senses, your touch, feel, what's the other ones, all your 5 senses, and they can help you feel more connected to yourself and to the world around you. I'm so sorry for the noise, it's just a plane passing by. But yeah, so now I'm gonna tell you guys my personal treatment. Of course, psychotherapy, of course, talking helps a lot. Not, keeping your emotions inside. I'm so sorry, hold up. I apologize. Like, I just didn't want that to distract us from this conversation. Pay attention to me. You feel me? Like, Alright, so what was I saying? Yeah, grounding techniques helps you feel more connected to yourself and to the world around you. So as I was saying, now I'm going to tell you my personal treatment that I feel like, of course, works. So I was saying psychotherapy, talking to someone helps. Like keeping your emotions bottled up inside and never talking about it, just thinking about it, really messes with your mind and your health, even your body. In every way it messes with you, because you're not letting those out. You can't just keep things in. So it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a therapist. It could be a friend, a family member. It could be someone you care about, someone you love. Just anyone. Talking to anyone just really does help. And if you don't want to talk to anyone, because talking, it's so easy to say, but it's really hard to do. You get me? Like sometimes when I try to open up, like I plan everything I'm gonna say. Sometimes I don't even end up saying all those things. You get me? Because it's hard. It's like you're expressing yourself, like who you really are. And so people is like, that's kind of hard to do, because we live in a world where like expressing our emotions isn't common. Like if you do it, someone would call you gay, or like, why are you talking about yourself? We live in that world because that's what the media taught us. So of course, if you don't want to talk to someone, if it's really hard for you to that point, then like I suggest writing down your feelings, writing down everything. And of course, after you finish writing down everything you feel, or anything you just in general, just write down whatever comes to mind. Like that helps a lot. Like letting it go like that, just even writing it down too. Definitely look back on it and reflect on it, and just question yourself, question your feelings, question your emotions, question why you feel like that. Always look back at what you write and reflect on it. That would help you a lot. Another treatment I feel like helps is being creative, like expressing yourself. Like what do you love? Like what brings you happy? Like what do you think excites you? Like go into your mind, to your heart, and be like, what are my dreams? What are my goals? And like being creative too, having a creative outlet. Like it could be like drawing, it could be writing, it could just be doing activities like going on adventures, going on a hike, going to the beach. Like do something you love too, not just be creative, like something that you love. And the last thing I'm gonna say is meditation. Like I'm so sorry, hold up. I feel like meditation helps a lot. Meditation like helps you with your mind, body, soul, feeling grounded to yourself. Also, and even in high states of meditation, like some people could even go there. Like people could start seeing their past lives, or they could just start seeing like symbolic things, or just have spiritual moments in meditation. You get me? And I feel like I'm gonna talk about my personal causes too now. I feel like personal causes, like I said, is childhood trauma, having trauma, and like never talking about it, never doing anything about it. You get me? Yeah, trauma has a lot to do with mental, like any type of mental health condition. Also, I feel like the lack of love just anywhere, like the lack of love in your family, you know, maybe you guys don't express yourself and it's not common, you get me? I feel like generational curses too, like, you know, like where some of us were like beaten, like, you know, like in my community, in my house, like, I was hit for everything. Like my mom used to hit me for like the dumbest things, you get me? Like she wasn't on my side just because that's how she was raised. Like her aunts would hit her if she didn't do something, and, you know, it's just, to me it's stupid. I would never put my hands on my kids. Of course there's discipline, but no abuse to me. Like I was hit for the dumbest things, you get me? And it's just like it made me a certain way, you know, and I'm glad like I realized that, and I'm glad I would never be like that. So yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, the lack of love, like people are like, even like, I feel like Hispanic, even a lot of countries, not just Hispanic, but like just like I realized that about my Hispanic community, like majority of us were beaten just for like not even speaking about our emotions. We were hit for being quiet, like we're hit for everything. What else? I feel like the lack of love in yourself, like not showing love to yourself, has a lot to do with mental health. Like growing up, like no one teaches you how to love yourself or how to take care of yourself, like just what your parents show you or your family. So yeah, like definitely show more love to yourself, do things that you love. And the last lack of love is the lack of love in this world, yo. Like that's why a lot of people like suffer, because they could feel how this world really is, how evil it could be, you know, like just like the media will never show you that, like what's really going on. Like, how do I put this? Like, we live in a world where, you know, we're going to war, like for oil, bro, for like the dumbest things, bro. Like fuck war, like it's unnecessary. Like people are dying every day, like thousands, bro, millions a fucking year, like a month, who knows? But like innocent people being killed, shot. There's like a lot of people out here getting raped, like, you know, children going missing. Like there's so much going on in this world. Also like kids getting bombed, like, you know, a lot of people are realizing that now, but this been going on for years. Like as long as war's been alive, just even before war, like just in general, like everything. That's just the world we live in. Like that's just how the government works. That's just how the world works. And I don't want to say that's how it works, but that's just how it is. Like that's what they want you to think. So the lack of love in yourself, the lack of love in your family, the lack of love in this world, like also like when you're young, childhood trauma, like if you don't give that love, you don't give your kid that love, like they're gonna grow up like with problems, because like love is everything. Love is the strongest emotion. Like I personally feel like we're all made from love. We all have it, and like I feel like if you lack it, then, you know, just you're gonna grow up with certain problems, conditions, or disorders, or whatever it is. So that's just my opinion. And now I'm gonna say the last thing, my opinion, my philosophy, my wisdom on derealization and depersonalization. Before I even start that, I'm gonna read some comments I wrote of people who have this. Oh my god, this is just crazy to me. So after I read these, I'm gonna continue with my theory. So this is our comments of people who have this condition or disorder. I feel like I'm constantly in a dream. Like things are foggy. I can never think, and I know life is real. I just feel like I'm totally out of it. I no longer know if the thoughts I have are my own or part of a hallucination. I feel like I'm constantly dreaming, or that I'm like stuck in a movie or something. It's so difficult to explain. I feel like dreaming, and that I realize that I'm in the stimulation, but I can't escape. That's personally my favorite. This one. I feel like I'm here, but I'm not here. I used to always say that. I feel like I'm here, but I'm really not. Like maybe I was just in a different mental plane, you get me? I feel like I'm watching life through a screen. I just feel like I'm dreaming all the time. I just feel like I can't see out of my eyes. Like my vision is not mine, but it is. It feels like I'm so aware of my body sensations. I feel like if I try hard enough, I will wake up and everything will be so much better than what it is now. It feels like a constant dream. Sometimes I even forget that I'm alive, and suddenly I panic when I remember everything is real. That's mind-blowing to me, because everyone mostly says the same thing. Like they don't feel like nothing's real. Like they feel like they're in a dream, or they're watching themselves through a movie. So now that has to say what my philosophy and my theory. If you saw my last video when I had the spiritual moment, and you could see my reactions on camera, like I was saying how I feel like we're in a dream. And my personal theory on life is like we do live in some type of simulation, because we really do. And like we're living in some sort of like dream. Like we're living in someone's mind, in my opinion, not really someone's, but it just feel like a dream. Like, think about it like this, like, we're all connected. This is just my theory, you know, you don't have to agree with me, but as you can see, my channel is kind of spiritual. It's kind of me bringing that awareness of truth and light and love. Like, we are all connected, down to animals, down to everything, down to the plants, down to trees, you know. Also, everything is synchronized. Like, I don't know if you really, like, when something happens, something else happens. Like, it's also like, it's also the law of opposites. Like, while someone is, like, this would be like someone is trying to get rich, someone else across the road is getting poor. It's like, just, it's polarity. It's like negative, positive. It's that it's that universal balance that we have. What else? Like, personally, like, I feel like, why do we call it dreams? You know, like, when we have goals and things we want to do, like, things we want to accomplish, we call it a dream. Why? Like, to me right now, one of my dreams is being on YouTube, getting known, getting recognized for my you know, for my mind, for me raising people's vibrations, for bringing that awareness. Like, why do we call it a dream? You get me? Like even like certain people, like, they all said like that, they all feel like that, but I feel like it's just also, it's also the lack of knowledge of the soul, lack of knowledge of who we really are, you know, not being connected to our soul, not doing things out of our heart and soul. You get me? That has a lot to do with, I feel like I said, mental illnesses, but we call illnesses, and also like how the media, they program and brainwash us to think a certain way. You get me? That's why there's mental illnesses too, because of the things we're taught, the things we're brainwashed to do in the school systems, and certain, I don't want to say religions, but certain like religions are really strict on certain things that don't permit you to do certain things, that just helps you express yourself. What else? Like, the movies we watch, the music we listen to, the clothes we wear, like the things you see on media, like what famous people promote. Like, you get me? Like, I never seen like the most richest people like promote anything good, like anything trying to help the world, trying to bring awareness. I never seen that. You feel me? Like, I don't know. It's also like just the television, just everything. It's all just brainwashing, programming us to not love ourselves, not to be connected to our souls. Like, they want us to be a certain way, like robots. They want us all to look the same, to dress the same, to be the same, to act the same, just to be the same. You get me? They want us all to think a certain way. And, you know, when you start realizing things like that, it's like, yo, like, what's really going on? Like, what's the bigger picture here? So yeah, that's just how I really feel, and that's my theory, and that's my philosophy. So yeah, I just want to tell you guys, like, thank you for watching my video. Thank you for listening. If you made it to the end, like, you're a trooper. I appreciate you. Like, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share my videos. Like, I want to be out there. I'm here to spread awareness. I'm here to get your mind thinking. I'm here to open your mind. I'm here to make you question your life, yourself, everything. You get me? Like, that's what this world needs more of. Questioning, like, you know, imagination, creation. You get me? I'm here to help you get your creative side too. Like, even making this channel, like, I'm 21. I've been wanting to do this when I was younger, but, you know, I didn't have the motive. No one motivated me. No one's really there for you but yourself. Like, the only thing that was blocking me from doing this was myself, was my mind. Like, mind you, everything is mental. You get me? We live in a mental world. Just think about that. They say your mind is a temple, and like, where are your biggest temples? They're right here, you know, right by your pineal gland, right in your mind, dude. Like, let's get, like, come on, like, let's open our eyes to what's really going on, y'all. But yeah, thank you for watching my video. I really love and appreciate everyone who subscribed to me. Thank you so much. Like, leave a comment, drop a like, you feel me? Share my videos, what's up? And also, Mental Health Awareness Month, do something that will help people bring awareness to mental health conditions, to mental health problems. There's a lot of people right now that are in hospitals that do not belong there just because they think something is wrong with them. You get me? Of course, there's a chemical imbalance, but it's way deeper than that. It's way deeper than anything, honestly. But yeah, mental health is something very serious that should be taken more serious. That should be talked about way more. We all suffer from mental illness to a certain extent, to a certain condition. You get me? We're all going through things. Like I said, everything is mental. Everything is in your head. Without your mind, like, what would we really be? Just a body, honestly. But yes, thank you for watching. Open your minds, guys. I love you guys. Bye.